All right, today we're diving into something really powerful. We're talking about this almost mythic figure from a pretty wild allegorical text. He's called the modern Samson, and he's not just some character in a story. No, the idea here is that he represents a whole new vision for humanity. A figure who could, get this, give a new meaning to the earth itself. So yeah, let's unpack what that even means. So, to really wrap our heads around this, we have to kick things off with a huge question. I mean, it's a question philosophers have been chewing on forever. What comes after us? After man? Are we it? Is this the peak, the final form of evolution? Or are we just a stepping stone? A bridge to something else entirely? So the story kicks off way up high on these jagged mountain peaks where the air is thin, a place most people can't even breathe. And it's there that this wise figure, Zarathustra, comes face to face with a giant. But here's the twist. This isn't some god from the clouds. He's something else. As you see here, he's a promise, a living, breathing promise of what we could all become. Okay, so who is this guy really? To get him, we've got to look at where his incredible strength comes from. And it all starts with taking a really old idea, the sacred vow, and completely flipping it on his head. So check this out. On one side, you got the old vow. Think of the traditional Nazarene vow. It's all about submission, right? Denying your body, obeying some god way up in the sky. But the new vow? Totally different game. It's a tool for what the philosopher Nietzsche famously called the will to power. And let's be clear. This isn't about dominating other people. It's about mastering yourself. It's about you becoming your own lawgiver, staying true to who you are at your core. And this quote really nails it. True strength isn't about having no rules. It's the exact opposite. It's about having the power to make your own rules and stick to them. See, the original Samson's power was kind of conditional, a gift tied to his hair. But for the modern Samson, that strength is all internal. Him not cutting his hair, that's not about obeying a god. It's a statement. It's him saying, I will not be tamed. All his power comes from this incredible self-discipline. He is his own master. Okay, so we've got his internal power source figured out, self-mastery. But how does that connect to the outside world? Well, that's where this incredible idea of living lightning comes in. It's all about his connection to the earth. The text talks about these preachers of death. Those are the people who are always pointing up, telling us to focus on the next life, the world beyond the clouds, that this world doesn't really matter. Well, this guy, he throws that idea right out the window. For him, the divine, the sacred, it isn't somewhere else. It's right here. It's in the thunder, the energy, the raw power of this world. And that brings us to this key concept, living lightning. So Nietzsche talked about the death of God, right? The idea that old beliefs and values are crumbling, leaving this big empty space, this void. And for a lot of people, that's terrifying. But the modern Samson, he's the answer to that void. He doesn't look for meaning somewhere else. He creates it. He channels the energy of the earth itself, electrifying the here and now. The secret isn't out there. It's in this very moment. Wow. Just let that sink in for a second. He is the earth becoming conscious of its own terrifying and beautiful force. This isn't just a guy who's, in touch with nature. The idea is that he is nature. He's the planet waking up, becoming aware of itself. He's the embodiment of its incredible power, all the beauty and all the terror rolled into one being. So the next question is, how do you even get to a state like that? Well, it's not a switch you just flip. The text lays it out as a journey, a kind of spiritual evolution through a few key stages. And these are Nietzsche's famous 3 metamorphoses. First, you're the camel. You just carry stuff, all the burdens, all the rules society piles on you. Thou shalt do this, thou shalt not do that. Then your spirit transforms. It becomes the lion. The lion says no. It fights back, destroys the old values, and says, I will. It's the rebel stage. But that's not the end. The modern Samson has gone beyond that. He's reached the final stage, the child. A child doesn't just destroy, a child creates. It's a new beginning. The child looks at the world and says a sacred yes to everything. And this is so key. He still has all that power, right? The destructive force of the lion, the raw strength of Samson. But he's not an angry rebel anymore. He's sublimated it. He's channeled all that raw energy into something new, creative joy. He's become this artist warrior who literally plays with the forces of the universe, not to break things, but to build them. So he's reached this incredible personal state. That's great for him, right? But is that it? Is he just some lone wolf on a mountaintop? Or does he mean something for the rest of us? Well, this is where he becomes the bridge. To get this, we have to look at another one of Nietzsche's big ideas. He said that humanity, as we know it, we're not the final product. We're a rope, a tight rope stretched over a terrifying abyss. On one side is the animal we came from, and on the other, the Übermensch, this higher, more creative kind of being we could become. And we're all just trying to cross. And guess what? The modern Samson is that bridge made real. He is living, breathing proof that you can make it to the other side. He manages to bring together these two total opposites in himself, the raw physical power of Samson the Titan and the focused spiritual discipline of the Nazarene. He proves you don't have to choose. You can be both body and spirit, totally unified. All right, this brings us to the final and maybe the deepest point of all. In a world that can feel pretty meaningless sometimes, a world full of nihilism, what's the point of a person like this even existing? Well, look at him. He stands completely on his own. He doesn't need anyone's approval, anyone's validation. His very existence is its own justification. It's like, imagine all of life, all of evolution is this long, hard, painful climb up a mountain. He is the peak. The fact that the mountain has a peak like him makes the whole brutal climb worth it. He gives meaning to all the struggle that came before. And we're left with this absolutely stunning image. The man who had become his own sun. Think about that. He's not a moon, reflecting light from somewhere else. He creates his own light. He is the source. He's his own sun, creating his own values, lighting his own way, and maybe, just maybe, lighting the path for anyone else who's brave enough to try and walk it. So in the end, this isn't just about some cool character in a book. It's a challenge. The real takeaway is to look at the path he represents. And so the final question isn't about him, it's about you. If you accept that we are all on that bridge, if you choose to walk it, what would your lightning look like? What's that unique power, that unique energy that only you can bring to the world?